play with this spinning top?
It's fun.
Maybe later. Okay, that's fine. Are you gonna send it back to me? You're making a pattern, aren't you? That looks so neat. Look.
Look.
Wow, that's perfect. Good job. Look, Aunty Maudlyn.
The puzzle.
Oh, wow, you found the animal puzzle. Let's go get it.
It's all right, honey. I know it's frustrating when the blocks fall, but we can build an even bigger tower right now.
It's okay, sweetie. Just try one little bite of the strawberries. They're very yummy.
No, I don't want it.
Just one for Auntie? Maybe this bright red one right here?
I just want you to know that you're doing great. Keep it up. You've got this.
I'm Aunty Maudlyn. Hey, my loves. Welcome back to Aunty Maudlyn's channel, the place where we keep it real, keep it warm, and keep it all about raising our babies well. Now today we are sitting down and having a very important conversation. We are talking about autism. And before anybody gets nervous or starts to shut down, I need you to stay with me. Because this conversation, it could change your child's life. Now I know the word autism can feel heavy. It can feel scary. Some of y'all have been quietly wondering about your child for months. Some of you just got a diagnosis and you're still processing it. And some of you are watching this just to learn. Wherever you are on that journey, Aunty Maudlyn is right here with you. So let's break this down together, nice and simple. So first things first, what is autism? Autism, or autism spectrum disorder, which doctors call ASD, is a condition that affects how a person's brain develops. Now when I say brain development, I mean the way your child processes the world around them. The way they communicate. The way they connect with other people. The way they learn, feel, and experience everything from a hug to a loud sound to a change in their daily routine. Here is what autism is not. It is not a disease. You cannot catch it. It is not contagious. It is not caused by bad parenting. It is not caused by something you did wrong during pregnancy. And I need every parent watching this to hear me clearly on this next one. Vaccines do not cause autism. That claim has been studied over and over again by scientists all over the world, and it has been completely debunked. So we are not going down that road today. Autism is simply a different way of being. A different way the brain is wired. Some people describe it as having a different operating system. Everybody's running the same world, but their brain is processing it differently. And that difference is not a flaw. It is just a difference. Why do they call it a spectrum? Now here's something very important to understand. Autism is called a spectrum because it looks completely different from person to person. And I mean completely different. One child with autism might not speak at all. Another child with autism might talk your ear off about one specific topic for 3 hours straight. One child might need full-time support for their entire life. Another might go to a regular school, graduate college, get a job, and live completely independently. So when someone says, "My child has autism," that tells you something, but it does not tell you everything. Because autism covers such a wide range of experiences and abilities. That is why we never compare children with autism to each other. You cannot say, "Well, my neighbor's autistic child does this," because your child's autism is their own. It is unique to them. The two main areas autism affects. Now let's talk about what autism actually affects, because this helps parents understand what they're seeing in their child. Area 1 is social communication. This means how your child connects and communicates with the people around them. Children with autism often struggle with the unwritten social rules that most of us pick up naturally without even being taught. Things like making eye contact, reading facial expressions, understanding when someone is joking versus being serious, taking turns in a conversation. picking up on body language. Now imagine being a little child and everybody around you is speaking a social language that nobody ever taught you. That's what it can feel like for a child with autism. It's not that they don't care about people. Many children with autism care deeply. They just communicate and connect in a different way. Area 2 is restricted and repetitive behaviors. Now this sounds clinical, but let me make it plain. This means your child might have one or two very intense, very specific interests that they are absolutely passionate about, like trains, or numbers, or one particular cartoon. And they want to talk about that thing all day, every day. And anything outside of that interest, they might not care about at all. It also means your child might really depend on routine. The same breakfast every morning, the same route to school, the same bedtime steps in the same order. And when that routine gets disrupted, it can cause real distress, real meltdowns. Not because the child is being difficult, but because their brain relies on that predictability to feel safe. And then there's something called stimmying. Stimmying is short for self-stimulatory behavior. Things like rocking back and forth, flapping the hands, spinning in circles, repeating certain sounds or phrases. Now I know that can look unusual to outsiders, but stimmying is actually your child's way of regulating their emotions and their nervous system. It helps them cope. It is not something to shame them for or force them to stop without understanding why they're doing it. Sensory differences. This is a big one. One of the things that affects children with autism that parents don't always connect to autism is sensory sensitivity. Most children with autism experience the world through their senses very differently from neurotypical children. And this can go two ways. Some children are hypersensitive, meaning everything feels too much. Sounds are too loud. Lights are too bright. Certain clothing textures feel like sandpaper on their skin. Food textures make them gag. Being in a crowded, noisy place feels absolutely overwhelming. These are real physical experiences for your child. They are not being dramatic. Their nervous system is genuinely processing that stimulus at a much higher intensity. Other children are hyposensitive, meaning they don't feel enough. They might not feel pain the way other children do. They might seek out intense physical sensations like crashing into things or spinning constantly because their body is craving that input. Understanding your child's sensory needs is one of the most powerful things you can do as a parent. Because once you know what overwhelms them and what helps them, you can set up their environment to help them thrive instead of just survive. Boys versus girls, why it looks different. Now here is something that does not get talked about enough. Autism is diagnosed about 4 times more often in boys than in girls. But many researchers now believe that girls are actually being underdiagnosed, and here's why. Girls with autism tend to be much better at what we call masking. Masking means watching the people around you and copying their social behaviors so you can blend in. So a girl with autism might look at other girls at school, see how they talk, how they play, how they respond, and she mimics it. She hides her struggles. She looks normal on the outside while she is exhausted and overwhelmed on the inside. This means girls often go undiagnosed for years. Sometimes they don't find out until they're teenagers. Some women don't find out until they're adults. And all that time, they've been struggling without the right support. So if you have a daughter and something feels off, please don't let anyone tell you girls don't get autism. Push for that evaluation. When do signs show up? Most signs of autism appear before the age of 3. Many children can actually be accurately diagnosed as early as 18 months. So if you have concerns, do not wait. Do not let anyone tell you to wait and see. Early intervention, meaning getting help as early as possible, makes a tremendous difference in your child's development. Now some parents notice something different called regression. This is when a child is developing. Typically, they have words, they're hitting their milestones, and then somewhere around 18 to 24 months, they start to lose those skills. The words disappear. The eye contact decreases. This is called developmental regression, and it is one of the things that specialists watch for very closely. If you notice regression in your child, please do not panic. But do not ignore it either. Get on the phone with your pediatrician and ask for a referral. What happens after a diagnosis? A lot of parents fear the diagnosis because they think it closes doors. But here is the truth: a diagnosis opens doors. It gives your child access to real, meaningful support. Speech therapy helps your child communicate more effectively, whether that's through words, sign language, or communication devices. Occupational therapy helps your child with sensory processing, fine motor skills, and the practical skills of daily life. ABA therapy, applied behavior analysis, is a structured therapy that teaches skills and helps reduce behaviors that might be getting in the way of your child's learning. Now I will be honest with you. There is some debate within the autism community about certain approaches to ABA, and I encourage parents to research and ask questions and choose providers who treat your child with dignity and respect. An IEP, Individualized Education Program, is a legal document that your child's school must provide once they have a diagnosis. It lays out exactly what supports and accommodations your child will receive at school. And Aunty Maudlyn needs you to know you have rights. Your child has rights. You do not have to accept whatever the school offers if it is not enough. Social skills groups give your child a safe, structured environment to practice connecting with other children who may experience the world similarly. The most important thing Auntie wants you to know: your child is not broken. Say that to yourself again. Your child is not broken. They are whole. They are valuable. They are worthy of love, of joy, of a full and beautiful life. Your job as their parent is not to fix them. It is to understand them, to advocate for them, to learn their language even when it looks different from what you expected. Parenting a child with autism will stretch you. It will challenge you in ways you did not see coming. But it will also show you a kind of love and a kind of strength that you did not know you had. And I promise you, your child knows you love them, even when they cannot say it in the way you're used to. So if you're watching this and something is stirring in your heart about your own child, please take that next step. Talk to your pediatrician. Ask for a developmental evaluation. Connect with a child psychologist. Do not let fear keep your child from the support they deserve. And if you've already been on this journey for a while, drop a comment below and tell this community something you wish you had known at the beginning. Because somebody out there right now is exactly where you were, and your words could make all the difference. If this video helped you, please share it with another parent who needs to hear it. And make sure you subscribe to Aunty Maudlyn so you never miss a conversation like this one. Until next time, my loves, keep showing up for your children. Keep learning. Keep loving. And remember, different is not less. Take care, y'all.